And a good Tuesday afternoon, Southern California. Get ready. A significant and prolonged heat wave is on the way. This is likely going to be the most intense heat wave that we've seen so far this summer, and most of our forecast zones are going to be impacted in a really big way. The culprit for the hot weather that's on the way is a ridge of high pressure, the same one that we've been tracking here over the past couple of weeks. It has been bringing us, yes, the hot weather, sometimes referred to as the heat dome. That heat dome right now is located over parts of the plain. So from Kansas down through Oklahoma into Texas, they're experiencing the very hot weather. Things are changing, though, as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. That high pressure ridge is going to begin to shift closer to us. So by the time we get into Thursday and Thursday afternoon, that high is located over parts of New Mexico. Our temperatures will start to rise correspondingly. Think about it as the closer that high pressure center gets to us, the hotter the weather is going to be. So there's Thursday. Look at what happens by Friday, Saturday, heading into Sunday. This weekend, that high is going to be over the four corners as it makes its closest approach to Southern California. So that's when the hottest weather is going to be, but no doubt about it, it is going to be hot all week long. As far as the heat headlines are concerned, a plethora of watches and warnings that we have in place. First of all, an extreme heat warning begins Wednesday morning, tomorrow, and goes all the way until Monday afternoon for the San Diego County deserts, as well as all of Imperial County. That's where the absolute hottest weather will be. Temperatures on average about 113 to 117 through that time frame. I do think we could get up to 120 in a couple of spots. West of the mountains, the heat doesn't stop there. In fact, our San Diego County valleys up there, say Julian, Pine Valley, underneath a heat advisory, also begins tomorrow, continues through Monday night. Temperatures about 95 to 100 degrees. Now think about that. Our heat alerts begin tomorrow. They go all the way until Monday. So that's why it's prolonged. This is going to be a several day event that we have to deal with the very uncomfortable and dangerous conditions as well. Heat wave has not get it started just yet. In fact, it's still a pretty nice afternoon for most of us. We're 81 currently downtown San Diego. Humidity is at 53%. Dew point is in the lower 60s. So it's a little muggy, not quite as bad though as yesterday, and also not quite as much monsoonal moisture in our direction as the weekend. And on Monday, less high-level cloud cover. So tonight's sunset will still be nice, probably not as beautiful as yesterday's. If you've been out and about today, you also probably noticed it is a little breezy here. Current wind gusts ranging from about 18 to 25 miles per hour. That's actually because of what once was Tropical Storm Elita. The remnant moisture in that tropical center is passing offshore, so the wind's a little gusty today. They'll stay elevated through this evening and calm down a bit as we head into tomorrow. As I mentioned a second ago, we're not to the point where we're dealing with heat wave level temperatures yet. Most of us this afternoon along the coast are in the low 80s, mid 80s for the valleys, 84 degrees in Escondido, 87 right now in La Mesa. Julian is at 82. Pine Valley is at 83, and triple-digit heat out of Imperial County, 109 Brawley, 110 El Centro, and 104 in Ocotillo. That's going to feel almost cold or cool compared to what's on the way. So let's dive into the details of this heat wave. We're going to go area by area and talk about the temperatures each day this week. This is tomorrow morning as you head out the door. The marine layer will be present, maybe some high-level clouds as well. Mid to low 70s as we get started on your Wednesday morning along the coastline, mid 70s for the mountains, and 90s across Imperial County. Tomorrow afternoon, you're going to start to feel those temperatures rising, especially in the mountains and through the deserts. 97 tomorrow afternoon in Borrego Springs. 109 Salton City, 113 in Brawley, 113 in El Centro as well. Our overnight lows are going to start to warm up quite a bit as well. So the overnights, we're not going to find a ton of relief. And by Thursday, check this out. Temecula, 100 degrees, 87 in Escondido, 90s for the mountains, 117 Brawley, 117 El Centro, 112 in Salton City. So obviously we don't want anybody out in this weather, but some of us have to be outside working in these kind of conditions. It is so important that you take water breaks, stay hydrated, common sense stuff. Don't forget about the electrolytes. Look how we start on Friday morning, by the way. These are low temperatures for Friday morning. Near 100 in Salton City, 98 Ocotillo, 94 Brawley, mid to upper 80s in the mountains, 77 for a low temperature on Friday morning in Escondido. So again, this is going to be a situation where the air conditioning is going to be working overtime, both during the day and our overnight hours as well. Friday and Saturday just look brutal, downright awful in Imperial County. 121 Brawley, 113 Ocotillo, 120 in El Centro, 115 in Salton City. Just absolutely ridiculous. Still quite hot in the mountains, mid to low 90s there. 90 Escondido, 89 La Mesa, and lower 80s along the coastline. Saturday, another dangerous afternoon out in the deserts in Imperial County. We're talking 120s Brawley, 121 El Centro, 115 Ocotillo, mid to upper 90s in Julian. And the more sun we see, the hotter it's going to be. So there could be some high-level clouds that keep temperatures down a bit here on Friday and Saturday, but other than that, it is looking mostly sunny for us. And once we get past this sort of intense heat wave this week, looking into the extended forecast, things don't really look a lot cooler. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. They're suggesting it is more than likely we're talking about above normal temperatures for the stretch from about July 29th through the first week of August. So bottom line, get used to the heat. Here we go, 7-day forecast for the deserts in Imperial County. We'll start there first, work our way back westward. Just intense heat, no matter how you look at the forecast. 110 on Wednesday, 114 on Thursday, 120-ish on Friday, still close to 120 on Saturday. If you want to call it a cool down, you can. By Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're back to about 114 degrees, but it is still going to be very dangerous outside. In the mountains, close to 100 on Thursday, overnight lows in the 70s, 96 on Friday, and then a slow and subtle cool down by Monday and Tuesday, where temperatures during the day will fall back into the lower 90s. For our inland valleys and communities, a heat advisory is in effect through, again, Monday. So several days here where we're talking about the mid-90s. Hottest days look to be on Friday and potentially into Saturday, and then cooling back into the upper 80s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And finally, if you're trying to escape the heat, the one spot that looks okay, not brutal, almost comfortable, is going to be our San Diego County coastlines. We're staying in the low 80s here through much of this weekend and heading into next week with overnight lows in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. But stay cool out there, stay safe as we head into this really extensive period of heat.